So this is just the recap from today. Um, we had, due to scheduling commitments, we had to trade through the European session. Started out okay. First trade I believe was a winner, but we had a trade after that that took some time. Um, okay. So the initial trade, first trade, we were looking for this level. Prices pulled back a little bit, so we decided to take profit a bit early. Wanted to get back in to go short to target this level, but prices sold off. Originally was looking for a move down to the overnight lows, down to about that 70 area. Prices hung around, and due to other commitments we had to go, so we ended up logging out of our account, and from there that's where we were on the day. Hold on a second here. So that's where we were on the day. We're just waiting for New York to open here to connect and realize what should be some gains today. So after closing, we had to log in yesterday. After the close, some of our realized losses have carried through to today. So they are showing on today's P&L some of the losses from yesterday. So if we go to the bottom, these are the so we can see those are the realized losses from some reason they're showing up on today's P&L, because I wasn't awake during this time, so I'm not sure why it's actually showing up over here. But after suffering a big losses, I had to reset the account. So these were the trades taken during the European session, and those were the gains that we accumulated all the way up until about 10:30 a.m. and that's during the European session. It wasn't during New York, I believe. New York, it was in the morning, fairly early in the morning during New York. So at that point, he was saying we're down by about 12 points on the day, and that's with the trade that we had running. The trade, which was a short from about, I think it was like the first trade we went short pretty low. Fortunately, there was only one contract, then we added the 49 contracts, so that brought our average up to about 86. Brought our average to about 86. We're looking to target around that 70. Prices pulled back quite a bit, and from what I could see, we sold off during the US session. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to connect, and when the market opens here at 6 p.m. New York, we should connect and our gains should be realized. So still seems like we're connecting at the moment. This hasn't turned green, so it's saying we've connected. Just waiting for the market to open up. You can see market sold off a bit, down to
Order filled. Order filled.
529, 530.
Order canceled.
Order that's in. So those orders just got filled right there down at 529 as the market's just opened here. And those were pretty much our gains right there. So I had the short from around at 586. As we can see, prices sold off. I wasn't, of course, here due to escalating commitments. Sold off at the New York Open, rallied back, actually went against me by a fair bit. As we can see, prices went as high as 745. I was in around 86, so it would have been about 60 points or so. But we did say we are using a 150 point stop on this market, so we didn't quite break through the highs a day, but as this market came up, I'm sure individuals with their stops above the higher day probably would have got nervous. Stops above that 71 area as prices got to 46. You see prices turned around. This candle here, probably some news. This big doji here is probably some news, and we've just connected and realized those gains there. So those are the gains. So it's actually more gains than I was looking for. I was looking for initially 70, but as we can see, prices sold off, and realized more gains than I thought I would have. So not being available, 2 trades actually worked in my favor here. If we have a look at the data, we can see here those were the trades that were carried over from overnight for some reason, showing in the charts here. I'm not sure why. And this is that big gain here that's just been realized as we've just opened the market all the way up there. So there's a cumulative. So the cumulative is around at 163,994. Let's see if that shows on here. 163,994. So that's what we've realized, because let's see why that is. Just realized those gains primarily because let's put our executions on the chart. Let's see, executions. So we got 529. Oh, I see. So even though my average was bought up, these contracts. So there we are. So we had the earlier shorts. So we had a short up here. We bought that back. Those were profitable trades from the morning. There's where we added our 49 contracts. I put around at 87 mark. I bought our average up. So around at 687. This video is going a bit longer than I'd like, so I'm just going to quickly go through this. So entry 686, I think that's what the average was, and our exit was 529, I believe. We'll just have a look. Get executions back on. Yep, 529.75, so nearly 530. Just 156 points. And so that's 156, plus the earlier trades. We picked up about 12 points. We picked up about 12 points. So the reason the P&L isn't really accurate is because those losses that were carried over for whatever reason from the overnight session. Because let's have a look here. Oh, I see. So there was a realized loss. I see, because that was along the realized loss. So the realized loss came in there. We did some testing. We did some testing after installing this new chart trader. We did some testing, just a small profitable move in at 93, out at 95. So all we were doing was testing this order management system there. But I'm not sure why. Yeah, so because we realized a loss, I understand now. Because we realized a loss after the market reopened, it carried forward those losses into today's, the 18th. And I imagine it's going to be the same with today. That's going to carry over some of the profits from today into the next session, which would be, depending, Sunday. Well, tomorrow the 19th, I imagine it's going to carry over kind of thing, because we held the trade through the the losses weren't realized until the market reopened. So this isn't quite accurate, being at 156. What's more accurate is actually the trade. Let's make sure. Let's make sure here. Yeah, that is correct. Just making sure. What is actually accurate is this this trade performance tab here. This is actually accurate, because with it accounts for the profits that we made earlier in the morning and the big realized gain that we just picked up. So picked up 163, yeah, pretty much 164 here. So we'll just round it up to 164, I'd probably say. That's what we've done. Oh, should have a look at the data. Let's have a look. So we go onto the summary page. There's our gross gains. There's the losses that were carried over, commissions, profit factor. A large part of that is, of course, that the big winner that we picked up. Accuracy, winners. Let's see. Average winner being bigger than the average loser. Again, for large part due to that big trade. Largest win. Again, same thing. Largest loss. Time in the market. You can see several hours. And that's pretty much it. There isn't anything more from the data perspective to look at. Carry over several hours, so can't even look at per half an hour what our gains are. So that's pretty much going to wrap it all up, and I'll probably say thanks for watching.